So I went to Osan for a year, and that's definitely a very serious and studious place where you get your degree and spend a lot of time.
Not for me.
We were down at a dance club, and he was hitting on my friend. And
Really?
Yeah. It was.
Did we talk about this
Never
earlier,
been
Mark?
true. She tells it the same. Never been true.
It's so true. I don't know. What's your version?
That, except leather pants. That was my second time going to Korea, and I just left Aviano for 2 years.
You had to come back and get
Italy,
me.
and I was not looking to go to Korea to find a wife. Who's that Russian girl? How'd you get her on base? I'm like, she's not Russian. Dude, seriously, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm like, seriously, she's not Russian. She's a paralegal. Oh, man, seriously. I'm like, seriously, go talk to her.
But the mission was very, very interesting. Taught me a lot about things that we don't see as Americans, on the news every night. After about a year or two later, I went to Special Operations Command and was able to work at SOCOM in Tampa, and as a paralegal to be involved in some of those rescues of like Jessica Lynch and some of those others, that things that had already happened, but that we were, a part of.
Again, that we were very competitive. I used to joke with everybody about her making Master Sergeant. There's a lot of our friends out there still know that, like, if she don't make it, she's moving to the basement. that would come back to bite me later.
Yeah.
My commander at the time's like, why are you volunteering to deploy to the desert for a year? And I'm like, well, honestly, I'm at a tanker unit. I feel like I'm at a game, and I'm sitting on the bench. I'm a sports guy. I want to be in the game.
I did want to mention that he did make every career and rank before me except for one.
I knew that was coming.
The last one.
The last one.
Oh, Chief,
right,
Master
yeah.
Sergeant.
Yeah. I think it was that next year you made it, right?
I did. I was the first loser. The year she made it. As a matter of fact,
it was quite painful, actually.
I'll tell you the story when she leaves. He's like, hey, Mark. Hey, man, sorry. I don't know how else to tell you. Your name's not on the list, but grab your hat, grab your stuff. Let's go celebrate. Your wife's name was on the list. I was like,
how does that make you feel?
I said,
How
I've
do
never
you
been so
process
happy
it?
and so sad at the same time in my life. How many people on base made it? And he said 3. And I was like, damn. And all I could think was, I ain't one of them. That's some bullcrap. If I didn't make it, but she did, I know it's deserving so far. And
Absolutely.
I said, honestly, we all know who wears in the pants in the family anyway. That just makes it official. Her situation awareness is not very good anyway.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But they all walk in and they just ambush her. Congratulations. There's like 11 or 12 chiefs in there. And she's like, ah. And immediately she's like, what about you? And I'm like, ah.
Kept trying to remind him, though, of every single year that he would make, whatever rank it was, way before me, and scored higher, first timer, and I'm just like, oh, I'm running out of chances here. Like, this is not going to happen.
And you cross that finish line.
Yeah,
And it was the final one,
like,
too.
That last
so
little push.
There's nothing I can do about that.
That just ended on that note, for sure.
So we get in this vehicle, and they're telling us, hey, we're going to go in and out. We're not going to stop. We're going to get to where we're going to get to. And we're in the vehicle, and we're going up, and, and there's, everywhere over there, and, it just doesn't look safe, right? So you don't know, you have no idea what's going to happen. Well, we were somewhere, and evidently Shane realized he had a Kodak moment. So he takes his camera out, and he goes to take a picture, but he forgot, and he left the flash on. So we had an Army lieutenant colonel in that vehicle with us. And when he took the picture and the flash went off, he said a bunch of bad words. What are you going to do? You're going to get a shot. Like, what are you doing? And when I see Shane still, we talk about that joke today because, it was one of those, I'm sorry, and I put it back.
It's a split-second decision.
Like, yeah, hilarious. We're wondering what's going on. This captain keeps coming in. He's like, sir, I hate to tell you. He said, but, like, we're hearing that they're going to have rockets and stuff in like 15 or 20 minutes. So these guys, if they're going to leave the green zone tonight, they got to go.
Go now.
And he's like, all right, guys, well, I guess that's going to wrap it up. And you can go. And we're like, okay. And the guy's like, well, there's a bus out front. They're going to take you. So me and Shane get in this van, and they take us out. And they're driving us. And they're like, we're just going to get you out of where the green zone is. And then you guys can wait over here on the side of the road for for your ride back on this MRAP. So we had two. It was me and Shane, and we had this guy Jose with us, and a seer guy. And so, what do you do in the desert when you're waiting? You go to the chow hall, right? So we're standing there waiting, and they're like, "Hey, the chow hall's right down the street, and you can't go anywhere with bags." So we're like, "You know what? You guys go, and we'll wait on the bags." And literally, they go, and as soon as they take a left, we hear sirens. It's kind of like they appeared out of nowhere. It was this big, concrete tunnel with sandbags and stuff on top of it. So they tell us to run in there, and Shane and I run in there, and it's kind of funny because we had never, at least I never experienced that, and they didn't discuss that when I went to paintball shooting in McDill, and we go in there and we're standing there looking, and I was like, I think this is real, man. I don't think this is no RI. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, no shit. Where's your body armor? I was like, it's out there on my bag. You gonna go get it? I'm like, no, because my luck is, if it's gonna hit, that's where it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit me picking up my body armor, so I'm good. But yeah, we still had some good moments. So I'm in country 3 days. We're on a C-130 to Kandahar, and we land, and this guy comes and picks us up, and he's in a vehicle that looks like Scooby-Doo's mini mystery van. And it was so dirty that somebody had wrote on the back of it with their finger, "I wish my wife was this dirty."